Welcome devs to my channel, Ivan Mesa. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel and help my channel go. Don't forget to leave some likes on the content that you want most so that I'll bring the best quality to you. So today we are proceeding with our one expect website. So as you can see, this is the work that we have done, and this is the remainder of the work that we are going to do. We are going to do the sports book and the footer as well. So get onto your computer and start coding alongside me. Remember, if you want to grow your skills as a web developer, I urge you to use Zero to Mastery Academy. There's an online platform which offers some free tutorials and which offers some paid courses. But with them, you are assured that you won't waste time, but because they will teach you the right skills that are perfect for the industry. So I've pasted some links inside the description. Just follow the links and join Zero to Mastery. Remember, this comes at no extra cost to you. It's just that I get a commission from every sale that I make. So let's go and dive into our project. So here I am. So we are going to start off by creating another new section. Okay, you can look, if I minimize the previous section, that will do. Okay, let me go down to where we are. Okay, let me minimize this one. Yeah, there we are. Now let's start off creating a new section. I'll call it sports book. Then inside, I'm going to create a first div which I shall call container. Yeah, the spelling of containers. Then I want to give it a second class name, flex. Then let's create a class called div title. Title. Inside the div title, I'm going to first of all use h2 text for a heading. Then I'm going to add an input type. Input type is for search. Yeah, then let's have a font or some icon for search. Search like this one. Then after that, let's drag some content to which shall go inside our div. This is going to go there. Then search. This is placeholder text, so I need to create another tag for placeholder. Then once I've done that one, then we're outside the div head title. Let's create a nav. And then let's have an order list which I shall put in the class features. Okay, so I'm going to set up some listings. img image listings. It's inside, the source will be inside, of course, our images folder. Then I'm also going to have some alt text. And I would like to add some span. So this is it. After that, let's add a listing of football icon using font awesome. Yeah, this is the font awesome. Then I want to enlarge it by a factor of 2x. Then let me put on a span. No, I made an error there. Wait. This is listings. We are supposed to close there. Then we come here. Then we add an I for the awesome. Yeah. Then this one is the one that goes inside. This is the font awesome icons. Yeah, like this. Then we delete this one. Yeah, like this. That makes sense. Then we say span. No class for span. Yeah, like this one. Okay, so I've got a listings that will open up to the image. Then I've colored by a listing of a font awesome icon. Then let me drag the content that is going to where it's going, like this one. This text will go there. Then I also need an image, the right image. The right image is called o.png. Then inside the span, I'm going to add this text. Then once we are done with that one, we open another football listings. Then I've got football. This is the text that shall go in between the tags, span tags. Like you can see, we have closed. Now it's just the time to just copy the first one, this one that we used, and we go on for multiples. So I'm going to go for multiples. How many multiples are? I'm going to multiply it by 4. So this is what I want. Copy it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have copied everything by much. So now it's the time just to replace the text that we want. Like in this case, I need a basketball. Okay, we're starting off with the tennis. Let's drag it. Okay. Then we're done with that one. Next one is a basketball. Just copying the text. then we copy that one. Then we also change the name of the image. Then let's change the content of the span, like this one, what we have done. So we have copied this one. Let me look at how the design now looks inside my browser. Okay, this is what we want. Oh, there it is. There you can see we've got the images. Okay, the tennis icon and the volleyball. Some of the images are not coming out correctly. I need to find out what's going on. Tennis ball. Then which one was also not coming out correctly? The ice hockey. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's reload the page. Yeah, the cricket. Okay, then we reload the page. Volleyball, the volleyball image. Let's take a look at the volleyball. So if I reload the page, there you can see the volleyball there, that the image will come out correctly. Now when you're done with the cricket PNG, this one, we go on to open another new listings, which shall call sports drop listings. Sports drop. Let me put something that will happen when I offer through. It's a title. I'll call it sports menu. We can always use capital letter sports. So now inside the sports menu, I'm going to create a font or some icons. Then it's called FA bar. It's a bar. The FA bars. Let's enlarge them by a factor of 2x. FA on awesome icons. FA chevron. Down. Then once we are done with this one, let's create an ordered list, which I shall call sports drop list. Then let me create an ordered listings. Then inside I'm going to create a div which I shall call item class with the class name item. Then let's add a font awesome football. Let's enlarge it by a factor of 2x. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to put a span. Then I'm going to, inside the span, I'm going to put some content football. Then once you're done with that one, let's create another div. Outside the div item, I'm going to add another div which I shall call result. Let's add the span. Inside the text, I'm going to say 2480. Then outside the spans, I'm going to add a font awesome, which I shall call FA angle right. Yeah, we're pointing to the right side of the angle. Then outside the closing of the listings, let's open another new listings. I'll open it and give it the same class name, div class items. Let's open it. Listings. Then open it and say, and give it a class name of image tags. We are getting our image tags inside the images folder. This is tennis ball .png. The out text that will appear in case the tennis icon, text that will appear in case the image fails to load. Very important. Then let's add some span. Copy it. Place it there. Then let's have a div class called result. Okay, I must wrap this inside a div code. I need to wrap this inside a div code item. Div.item. This text, everything that is here will be inside there. Then let's create another div called result, like this. Then div result. Okay, the div result, I'm going to take this content, copy it and paste it there. Then let's change the figures here. So this 159. Then once we're done with that, and you can see the update that I've made. So now I'm going to create another div called result. I'm going to make another new listings. We've closed the listings, so we need another new listings or just a duplicate of these previous listings. Just copy it and paste it there. And then we are going to change the content. So we are going to change this one to basketball. basketball. Then let's change the heading to basketball. The span, and then let's change the result from 253 to 273. Then we are done with this one. Okay, let me just, like this one. So you can see we have closed this one and the div, and we have closed the listings, and we have closed the unordered listings, and we have closed the listings firstly. Now, after closing the unordered list, now is the time to open a new listings, which we shall call sports menu, similar to that one that we did before. So just find closing this one and minimize it and copy it, and just paste it there. There you can see we have copied sports drop. The first one is on line 169. Then we have got line 1201. Let's go to line 1201, this one. So this is the listing that I'm going to change. First of all, I'm going to change the class name from sports drop to esports menu. Then let's change the esports. Then let's change the first class name is a menu bar, but I'm going to make it a game page. So we need to change this one, game page. Then we have got the chevron down, it's okay. Then on other listings, I'm going to change this one to esports listing. Then after changing the sports, we have got a div class icon. Then let's change this one to bullseye. Then bullseye. Then inside the span text, I'm also going to change the span text. I'll make CS go. Then the result, let's change from 2408 to 66. Then we are done with that, and let's go on for the next div item. Okay, the next div item, I'm going to remove the image and replace it with the font awesome icon. Then let's give it FA gift. Okay, since we're FA gift, let's change the span to .2. Yeah, they are setting the text of the span to .2. Then the result, let's set it to 33. Then let me go on for the third div. So for the third div, I'm also going to replace the image tags with a font awesome icon. Okay, we are going to set the font awesome icon to FA group. Then let's change the text to League of Legends. Then the result will be 40. Then listings we've closed. So that does it for this step. Let's take a look at the progress that we have made. Yes, this does it. So now nextly, I'm going to go outside the nav, outside the closing nav. Let's create a div which we shall call div dot USA head. Let me put some title which I shall call flexing title, and let's say flexing. Then let's insert some images img inside the images folder. Let's save a tennis ball .png. Our text that will appear in case tennis. Yeah, this text that will appear. Then let's add another new image inside the images folder. Let's save United States of America. It's a PNG format, and the text that will appear is a USA flag. Once I've done with that one, let's save some paragraph text. Cut this one and drag it there. Okay, outside the div, let's create another div which I shall call div first numbers. Okay, remember I've done some, if you coded with me in the previous sections, yeah, these are the numbers that I have. But today, because of time, I'm just going to copy all of the text. I won't be editing it. I'm here. Where are we? We are here. I won't be editing. I just checking. Okay. Yes. So once we are done with that one, let's open another new div which I shall call div USA static. We've closed the last div, and the last div is closed. Let's open another div which I shall call USA static. So let's get on to the previous classes and see if we can. Yeah, I want this one. So I'm going to take from here up to the closing div. Where is the closing div? Okay, let me minimize it. Okay, let me just copy it like that. Then let's come inside and we paste it there. Title units, let's find out the closing div. Then let's remove these numbers, we don't need them. Yeah, so this is the closing div for this one. Then CSS static, so we have got a div class left. Before we go on to roles, I've got a div class left, so I need to open it. Div class left. Then let's add some little bit of spanning. So inside this one, I'm going to put 30,09, and then we've got another span. I'm going to set it to time 01. Then let's add a star for using font awesome icons. I want it to be a star, FA star. Then we're done with that. Then let's go for the div row. We have got okay, this one is placed, just remove it there and place it here. Then let's copy this one. Okay, so the div text that we have, I'm going to collect the content is called Baraka Central, and then the next one is called Jimina. Don't worry about the spelling. LA Plata. Then after that one, the div row, let's have another div class. This one I'll change it to div class right. Okay, outside the div row, let's do this outside the div class row. Let's add a class right like this one. Then let's change the contents and underline. Let's have font awesome. Okay, I'm going to set the class name to fast signal. Okay, to make my code look smarter and easy to understand, I want you to understand this. I have underlined this signal. Now I'm going to take another content which I shall also underline. This one is the text that I shall underline. It's class 207. Then let me add some icons. FA chevron down like this. Then yeah, so we're done with this one. Then we can now delete this row. We no longer need it. I want to delete this row. Then I also want to delete these icons. Okay, so when you are done with closing this one, okay, I want to remove some unnecessary spacing. You can see that the div class title units, we have closed it. So outside the div class title unit, I'm going to add the numbers. Let's copy it and just paste it below. Okay, so we have done with this one. I'm not going to be editing the figures. I will leave it for some other days. So today, like this one, you needed this figure. Okay, it makes sense, but I didn't want to change the figures. I'm just using rough draft figures. These are just rough draft figures that I'm not copying the exact content. We are done with this one. So you can see the updates that I've made. Therefore, when you're done with this one, I've done editing the content. We're done editing the content. So I now need to, I'm going to duplicate the content again. USA static, I'm going to duplicate it. Let's duplicate this div. I want to duplicate this one. Let's duplicate the div. Let's duplicate it. So duplicate the data. I'm just going to change this text from the duplicated text to here. Then let's also duplicate this content. We are copying all the content. So now we are, oh, there you can see I've copied the text. Now I'm done copying the text. So now I'm going to go for the next div, which I'll call it div USA. Let me make sure that we are on the closing of the static. Yeah, there we are on the closing. Where is this div coming from? Okay, let me, since I can't find the closing tab, maybe on copying I made an error. Let's close this one. Now let's copy. Now let's do USA head, US div. After we have done the USA static, I'm going to open another new div, which I shall call div USA, like what I'm doing here. So now this one, we have opened it. Now let me create a div class for title. Okay, I can just copy the div class for title. We did this work before, so that I don't waste time. These two images, this div class title, let's just copy it. Then we come here and let's just replace this one. So this got div title class face. Let me change the content of this. Is a basketball, and then basketball text that will appear. Then let's have the next one. Let's have images of earth. Then after image of earth, let me also change this one to earth icon. Then after doing that one, we are going to do a text of, this is the text that I wanted to appear. Then this is the text that is going to appear there. So let's copy the div for first numbers. I'm going to go up to, how many numbers do I need? I'm going to copy up to 50 numbers, so I need everything that is here. Just copy it outside the div class title. Let's paste these details. Okay, not these details as such. Let's copy those ones with the details that we want. Yeah, these ones. And then we copy it. Then we come and paste these ones there. Yeah, I wanted this one with span 1x, 2x. So you can see I've closed this div of USA head. Outside the div, first numbers, second numbers, fourth numbers, fifth numbers. Now I'm going to check USA static head, USA static, this one. and let's copy it again outside the div, the last div of USA head. Then let's paste it. USA static. So let me change the, I'm not going to change the numbers now because not necessary. Give class row, and then let's save paragraph content to change Canada. Copy this one and you paste it there. USA, cut it and you paste it here. So now let me add some paragraph text. Let's copy some paragraph text. Cut the text and then you place it there, like you can see there. Then we are going to the div class right is okay. Then okay, I might need to change this content to 266. Then you are done with that one. Now I'm going to leave this content, this text for numbers. I'm not going to change it. So you can see we have completed the HTML list and CSS for this coding. Okay, there we are. So before I go on to styling, I want to add another div that will match up to our div container class. Let's take a look at if it matches. That closes our div container class. Yes, you can see that we have closed this div. Yes. So after we are done with this one, let me just minimize every spacing. Yeah, like this. I want this to be this one. So now we're going to CSS styling. Inside our CSS styling, like we left it on the previous video, let me go down. Okay, we're starting here on live beds. Let me add some styling on live beds. Okay, live beds. Live bed static. Yeah, there we are on live bed static. Let me add another one for we now have got sports book. If you go inside our index file, section, we now have got sports book. This class name, let's add it here, and we add USA head. This one, this div again, just copy it, and we add USA head. Okay, so if we style these ones, we make some similarities. Let's come and check. Yeah, there you can see the changes that I've applied. Okay, then let's come inside. Okay, after starting this one, we come into the mobile view. I also want to add the mobile view. This one, copy it and place it there. So this is for the maximum width. So I want this one to be displayed on mobile view to none. Just copy it and replace it there. And set to none. Let's reload. Okay, I've set the maximum width of the display box and ESD on mobile view have been displayed to none. Then let's go on to the next one. On the title, I also want to add these two to target the title. Title. Then after styling the title, let me go on to the image again. We also want dot title image dot img. Then after that one, we also come to the paragraph dot title paragraph text as well. Then we come here, we also want to do similarity on dot title dot on over. Then we also want to remove this one. Let me do it this way. Just copy it. We want it to be replaced by Sportsbook USA. Copy the texts. Then we also want to go here. We are just adding the sportsbook. Suppose the similarities are just the same. So I'm just going to add sportsbook dot USA. Okay, so I'm going to add the USA static, this class name this time around. We are done with that one. Now we come to the, I also want to do the mobile view. Copy it, place it the maximum width of on mobile view. Display, let's set it to none. Then we are done with that one. Now we also want to copy the static for the title unit dot title unit then we also want to go for we want to add here the coding, copy it, then just come and replace with title unit. Okay, for this one I'm going to leave it like that. I mean, we're not going to add, but we are going to add on the row, next one on the row, this one. Yeah, this one is where we are going to add. Then let's save sports USA static. Okay, we are done with this one. Now let's also add this one. Copy it and place it there, and we replace this content that we have here. Then we come into the row paragraph text. I'm also going to add USA static. I'm also going to start USA static, so just copy it and place it below. Then we going to collect the sports book and the USA static. And this is what is going to replace these two class names like this. Then we also want to add this over, copy it, just place a comma, and we add on over. Yeah, like that one. Okay, we come into our styling. We are going to style this one. So I just need to place title unit, icons left, second. So I'm going to replace this text. Just copy it. We replace it there. Then we also come here and replace the span. I also want to add sports book here. Dot sportsbook dot USA static, and then I'm targeting the title unit. Then I'm targeting the left span, then span like this. Then we are done with this one. We come here to live bed static row div node title unit. Live beds static I start div node. Okay, live bets, span not child 3, background color is correct. Then the following one is line 1 is live bait, static row, div no title unit. Then live bait, static arc, static div no title unit. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm here. I need to add another CSS styling where I'm targeting the title unit, excluding the span. So now excluding the span, I'm going to add some coding. Yeah, this is the code that I wanted, excluding the span. Now we are done with this one. Let's add another new styling. We are going to style the display inline. Yeah, we're going to add the title for USA. Let me come and have a look at inside our browser. Now you can see where we are. This is how it looks temporarily now. Now let me go on to styling. Okay, let me select this one. Let's paste it there, and then we replace with sports book. So this does the styling for the, if I look now, I've done some styling. So I now left with some styling for the sports book. So inside the sports menu, let's start styling. Okay, there we are. Now I need to remove the sports book and set the margin to 1 rem. Let's have a look at what happens. Okay, after styling this one, we are now going to style the sports book dot container. Okay, now let me, if I do display flex and flex rep, just write the content to space between and then align the items to the center with a padding of 0. Oh, there you can see the content is being displayed this way. So nextly, afterwards, we want to style the title. I'll set the display to flex and with a width of 100%. Let's have a look at what happens. There you can see. Now I want to style the H2 tags. I've set the margin to 0.3 and font size 1.8, font weight bold, the color of white, and text transform. So if we do this one, we come back, there you can see the title has been done correctly. So after styling the title, we're going to style the input. Okay, I'm styling the input now. If I come back and we check on our input, there you can see the input has changed. The input for search, we have set the font size and the margin to the bottom. Then after styling the input, let me style the sports book and we style the title. We style the font awesome icons. I said position absolute, right 21 rems, bottom 15, color with color code and set a font size of 1.8 rems. Then we come inside our coding and we yes. So after setting the title, we are now font awesome. We're now going to target the listings, the sports book, navbar targeting directed at the features with the listings. We've set the opacity to 0.8 box shadow and we've set a cursor of pointer and a border bottom. So let's have a look at how the project, and there you can see. So okay, so now we are targeting the sports book nav, and I'm going to give it a width of 100%. Let's reload the page. Then after styling the nav, we are now going to target the features. So I'll say sports book nav, targeting the features, class name features. So in the features class, we say display flexi, justify content space between and width of 100%, height of 100%, and the background color. So if I reload the page, there you can see it's taking shape. So after styling this one, nextly I'm going to target the features listings. Say display flexi, justify content space if any, align item to center, then set a padding of top and bottom 0.7 rems and 1 rems right sideways with a width of 13%. If I minimize this content, if I reload this content, there you can see, lovely, our solution is taking shape. After styling this one, we're now going to go for the mobile view. Okay, let me reduce this spacing at a maximum width of 500. That's obviously for mobile views. I'm going to set sportsbook dot nav with a nav class name with class name of features. With the class name of features, we set the flexi direction to column. Then also inside the same nav class target, we're targeting the features. We're targeting also the listings, direct connection to listings. I'm going to give it a width of 100%. Once we are done with this one, we are going now to target the image. We have set the image to border background color of white and border radius of 50%. So if I reload the page, yes, we've got a background color of white. So nextly, I'm going to target the listings or features on hover. On hover, let's have an opacity of 1. Let's have an opacity of 1 and back shadow of insets. Then after styling this, I'm setting the features to position relative. Then after styling, we set the import listings to the listings with display none, position absolute, top 99%, right 8%, with 22 rems, padding 0.4 and background color of white and center index of 2. Let's reload the page. Oh, there you can see the now let's add the mobile view. For the mobile view, this is the query that I want here inside. So inside, this is the sports menu. This is for mobile view. So out we go now outside the mobile view. Now I'm going to start the listings inside the div listings. So if I reload the page, we have done some listing. There you can see we are there. So now I'm going to put a hover effect on the listings so that background color changes on hover. Now let me style the spans with the color of white. Now I have to style the font awesome icons inside the div class name item with a margin of 0.8, background black and color of white, and the border radius of 50%. Let's look at the progress that we have made. There you can see over. So let me continue styling. I'll style the item inside the div image. There you can see inside the image, I'm styling the image text to a margin of 0.8. Let's reload. There you can see the image size is reduced with the margin to the bottom. So after styling this one, let us style the div class name result. Yeah, this one with the background color and the padding of 0.2 and the border radius of 0.4 rems. So let me reload the page. Yeah, there you can see the border radius came out. So I need to continue styling. I'm gonna style for the spans inside the div class result with a margin of 0.8 rems. Then I'm going to style the sports list and set and move it from the right with 1.3 rems. So if I do this, let's come inside and reload our page. Okay, there we are going. Let's continue styling. Okay, we set the sports listing to display block on over, but we can remove the first one, then we see how it goes. Yeah, yes, let's continue styling. Inside the static US is static styling. I'm going to style the div title under the div that is under the class name title unit. I've set the width 33%, display flex, justify content space between aligned items to the center, padding of 0.5 and 1 rem, font size 1.6 rems. Let me check a look at how after relevant styling. There you can see it's taking shape there. They can see how beautiful it has been done. So now let me style the row with the and set the width to 50%. And inside the row there's a div class called text. So this is where the text will display flex with 100% and flex rep. Then let me style the left class div class unit title display flexi and with 20% and flexi direction column. Let me have a look at how it will look like. Okay, so now let me continue styling to make it as look perfect to close the selection as possible. Now I'm going to style. We set the title unit right to right, then the class name right. We set it with 30%, display flag, justify content space between. So I have to check on how it will come out after styling the right side. Okay, that is how it looks. So for now I want to continue fixing my styling. As you can see, there is what I can call some things did not come out rightly as demanded by the coding. So I need to style this top header to make it close to perfection, and also I want to reduce the size of this image. Yes. I now want to find out why the drop down is not going out. Okay, let me come inside my file. Okay, let's go online inside the CSS file. So online 1853, remove the other necessary full stop and then save your changes. Let's come inside and reload our page. Oh, there you can see the drop down is okay. So this was it for this video. Now wait for me for the next video that I'm going to be doing. I'll be building the footer. That will be our last video. Thank you for watching.